Recording. All right, welcome everybody. My name is Denise Walsh. I'm a Black Diamond leader here at It Works, and you are on week 4 of our Born to Breakthrough workshop. Okay, I just have to tell you how special these last 4 weeks have been for me, and I really, truly appreciate your time, especially over the holiday season. I know we have family in town. I'm sure you do too, and you've just had parties and craziness, and yet you still chose to be on tonight. So thank you so, so much. And if you're listening to the recording, thank you for participating, even if it's not live. We appreciate you. And after tonight, I'm actually going to give you a feedback link, and I'd love to just hear your aha moments, what you've learned, what you know, any feedback that you have, because my goal is just to keep getting better. So today is probably the most important of all 4 workshops. The first one, we talked about taking 100% responsibility, which means giving up complaining, blaming, and excuse making. We talked about getting clear why you're here and really settling in into what you really want. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if we don't know what we want, we can't even move in any direction, right? That's why most of us feel stuck. And then we talked about once we have a clear vision on our 7 areas of our life and what our ideal day is, what we want life to look like, we are unleashing the power of goal setting. We are using visualizations, affirmations, time-focused goals to kind of create the path. You know, that's the path that we then follow. Last week was probably one of the toughest weeks because we talked about what holds us back, and that's the internal stuff. You know, sometimes it's the external, family, friends. We talked about who we're hanging out with and how that can impact us. Sometimes it's just being disorganized in our external environment, but a lot of times it's these incomplete, these messes, this guilt, this resentment that happens inside of us that emotionally holds us back from breaking through our own glass ceiling. And so today we are talking about taking action. Now that we are taking 100% responsible, we know our responsibility, we know what we want, we've set our goals, we've gotten, you know, distractions out of the way, we're going to actually take action. We are. And we're going to end today with a clear game plan of what you're going to do next to get the life that you deserve. But before we do, let's start with our meditation. I am going to turn on the music and give us 3 to 5 minutes of just some, like, chill, right? Especially after craziness of holidays. We need to give ourselves a little bit of a breather. Meditation is something that you can see the benefits here on the screen. We've been doing this consistently, and it's something that I'm continuously learning about. In fact, side note, I got Brandon a present for Christmas, and it's called Choose Muse, M-U-S-E, and it's a biofeedback thing where you put it over your head, and it connects to an app, and it, like, connects with your brain waves and how fast your thoughts are moving. And so the goal is that it teaches you to, like, slow your thoughts down. It's pretty cool. It's called Choose Muse, M-U-S-E. So hopefully this meditation music you'll hear. You guys can't hear that, can you? Oh, going on my Bluetooth. Let's see. You guys can't hear that, can you? Stacy, can you shake your head yes or no? Okay. We're not going to be able to do music today because it's on my phone and it's going into my Bluetooth. So what we're going to do is just do some silence, which could be even better. Maybe there's a reason for this madness today, huh? We will just accept that. So I'm going to turn on the timer. And we're just going to have silence. Take it up a whole nother level. All right, so relax your shoulders. Relax. Put your feet right on the floor. Close your eyes. And spend a few seconds, 5 seconds breathing in, 5 seconds breathing out. You notice thoughts coming in. And focus on your breathing. Judge the thoughts that come in. Just bring attention back to the flow and cloud. You may notice them, but not grab them. All right. Slowly bring your eyes open. Relax your shoulders. Come back to the group. Any sort of anxiety or frustration or worry that you may have felt, hopefully you have released it. Can you guys post in the chat how you feel now after the meditation? I'm relaxed, peaceful. Yeah. It's like any care in the world is just, sleepy. I know, me too. Whew. Awesome. You know, I know we've talked about this, but this is really just a daily practice to get yourself into, because you can't, I mean, even think about the car, turning the sound off in the car and just using that time to focus on your breathing and not be distracted by things coming and going, but finding these moments throughout the day to just go. We've also talked about teaching our kids this principle of just being still and silent and relaxed. So, yeah. Aw, Sarah, are you nursing, or is it like a baby you have to feed? Because nursing could be a great time to meditate, really. I used to watch Netflix while I was nursing. It probably would have been better to meditate. All right, well, let's keep moving forward. I've got a few cartoons here based on action, which is our theme for today. Step 1, apply Miracle Study Light Cream to problem areas. Step 2, run 10 miles a day. Number 2, I'm waiting for the government to build an elevator. Ladder to success. It's right here for us, but some people, we just wait, right? Ladder to success, step stool for just getting by. And I think this one is hilarious. Might not quite be appropriate, but why do I look like a success? Because I surround myself with people who look like failures. That one cracked me up. All right, so let's take some action today. I have a book. Who here would like this book? You could use it for a team like prize. You could read it yourself. You could, this is actually a book that Cammie and I wrote together, and it's our journey to leadership, because I like to say we both kind of stunk when we first got started and we had to learn this. So tell me, tell me, who would like this? I knew that chats would be an easy way to do it, so I'm requesting another code of action. Okay, who is that?
Alicia.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
I'll take it.
All right, who was the first one? Felicia?
It was Alicia. I'm under Christy Shepherd.
Okay.
Probably I'm on my sister-in-law's computer.
Oh, good work. Okay, Alicia, you won. Congratulations.
I think Dorothy and I chimed in about the same time.
All right. Well, then you can both earn it. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. Yes, seriously, you do get it. You actually will get this book. And so what did they do differently than everybody else? Now, a lot of you did take action, right? You wrote in the chat, and I knew that would be the first place to go. So I was looking for something different. They took action. They asked for it. They spoke up. Absolutely. So congratulations to you guys. Stacy, you were close. You were the first one who chatted, but I had to have something a little trickier in my back pocket. So Alicia and Dorothy both grabbed it first. So what are some things that you told yourself? Like, why didn't you unmute yourself? Why didn't you say, hey, me, I want it? Let's think about that. On the screen are some, in the chat, post too what you were thinking. Why you didn't, someone didn't know how to unmute yourself. Yes. Someone, a lot of times, let's see, keep going. Keep putting in the chat. Didn't know it's your first time at work, couldn't, yep, you have the book, you already have it on Kindle. Ooh, scared to do it, scared to unmute. Already have it, you wanted to give it to someone else, waiting for more instruction. Multitasking, yes, not focus necessarily. Computer isn't working, shoot. Didn't even think about it, Jessica says. Okay. Didn't, Sarah says she follows instructions. So I didn't say unmute yourself. So she just was kind of waiting for those further instructions. Didn't know if you were allowed. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So taking action is the most important step towards success. The world doesn't pay us for what we know. It pays us for what we do. You may have heard the saying, the world rewards action. You know what I mean? Like, action is what people see. That's the visible, tangible thing that we can see what's going on the inside because of what you're doing on the outside. Yet, as simple and as true as this principle is, it's surprising how many people get bogged down in analyzing, planning, organizing, waiting, right? Laura says she knew what was going on. But you know what? Can I tell you something? Several of the people on here have seen me do it before. And so you can use that as two things. You could say, I know, so I shouldn't do it. Or I know, so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I know, right? Like, it's like if you know that gold's going to go up, do you bid on it or not? I don't know. Bad example. Probably illegal, but you know what I mean? Like, because you know, you can participate. You can have a leg up. That's okay. Let's see. When you take action, you trigger all the kinds of things that will inevitably carry you to success. You let those around you see that you're serious in your intention. People with similar goals will all become aligned with you. You begin to learn things from your experience that cannot be learned by listening to others or from reading books. And you begin to get feedback. You learn how to do it better, more efficiently, more quickly. Things that once appeared difficult will begin to become easier. All manner of good things will flow in your direction once you take action. I am reading from this because I think that Jack Canfield, who is, the guy in charge of the success principles, which is what we're learning, he knows what he's doing. So I'm really just duplicating. I have found one thing that seems to separate winners from other people, from anyone else, is that winners take action. They simply get up and do what has to be done. They get into motion. You know what I mean? How many of you have set a goal and then months later you're like waiting for as the cartoon said, waiting for the government to build an elevator, or waiting for something to change, or waiting, right? The separator is, are you doing something different to get the result that you want? And think about what went through your mind during this silly book exercise. And I was the same way, because I can tell you when Jack did it to me, I didn't run up, and a lot of me, I didn't want to look like I needed it that badly. I didn't want to feel silly in front of a big group. You might be judged or laughed at. I am a rule follower, so, but I am competitive. So now that I know better, I'll sprint next time. But what do we tell ourselves that stops us from taking action? And where in your life has this shown up before? Think about what went through your mind when I held this up and was waiting. And then have you seen it before? Have you seen yourself waiting for some reason or another in other situations in your life? Because successful people, they get into motion. They learn from their mistakes. They make corrections. They keep taking action. They build momentum until they finally produce either the results that they want or something even better. So to be successful, we have to do what successful people do. And successful people are highly action-oriented. So let's see. Let's think about why people often don't take action. So these are some things that may go through our minds on why people don't take action. So in the chat, I'd love to hear from you. What stops you from taking action? What stops you from doing something different? If we want something different, we got to do something different. Fear. Fear about other people, afraid of rejection, don't want to fail, distracted with other things, excuses about time, life gets in the way, fear. Yeah. So what do we know that fear stands for? False evidence appearing real, right? false evidence appearing real. So it's that whole, we become what we think about, right? And so when we're using our imagination for fear-based thoughts versus victory thoughts, yeah, it's interesting. Fear is a liar, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes we self-sabotage as well. Now, none of you have said the thing that I'm looking for. I mean, fear was a good one. Absolutely. I think that's a major one. But there's another reason why we don't take action. And honestly, I've heard people tell me that they feel guilty for setting goals because of this. Doubt, afraid of success, fear of failing. Good, good. Fear of leaving people behind. Absolutely. How many of us don't want to outshine others? So we like dumb ourselves down. I see that happen. Waiting for something easy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, I want you to, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me bigger. I want you to go like this with your hands. Like seriously, everyone do it right now. I can see you. Okay, now which thumb is on top? Notice which thumb is on top. Alicia, I can see you. You have to make sure you're doing this. All right. Now, switch your fingers so that the other one is on top. Switch your fingers so your other thumb is on top. How does that feel? Anyone? Uncomfortable, weird, wrong, yeah, uncomfortable. Ooh, Connie, it says this feels the same for you. Good. Not familiar, awkward. Absolutely. All right, now go back to the other one that was on top. Ah, how does that feel? Familiar, home, yeah, absolutely. It feels right. It feels right. Okay, so a lot of the reason why we don't make changes or don't take action is because we are comfortable. And in order to take movement, we have to move outside of our comfort zone. We have to do something we're not necessarily comfortable with. So our job, now do this again. Now put the weird one on top. If you do this for a good amount of time, you know, like let's say you stop this like this for an hour. Do you think that this would become more comfortable, more normal? Eventually? Yeah, absolutely. So at first, it feels really awkward, feels really weird. You like quickly want to go back. But the longer you stay here, the more comfortable this becomes. And that's exactly what taking action is all about. A lot of the times we don't do it because it feels weird, because it feels awkward, because it doesn't feel right. I've had people tell me that they feel guilty about setting goals because they feel like they should be content in setting goals, or, have you guys ever heard that before? Where we're just happy with what we have, and all of that is fine. I like to say I'm content and ambitious. I love where I am. I just know where I'm going. You know what I mean? And so we use these as excuses or reasons to stay comfortable because it's easier. And any sort of movement is often uncomfortable. So let's go into the most important action that we can take. Any guesses on what action is probably the most important? Yeah, Jessica says her mom tried to tell her she was wrong for not being content. And people will tell you that. Why do you have so many goals? Why aren't you just happy? And I can tell you, guys, having a goal does not mean you're not happy. Does anybody agree? It just means we know where we're going. So absolutely, Do it anyway. Okay, Kayla says the most important action is to ask, and that is correct, because you can't get anywhere without asking for help. Asking for help, asking for something you need, asking for that next step. Even if you're writing a book, you have to ask a publisher, an editor. You have to ask for feedback. You have to ask for, you know, for an upgrade. You ask for, there's so many things that you can ask for in our life. And I think a lot of us, especially yellows, are scared to ask, So Jack wrote a book called The Aladdin Factor that is all about asking for feedback, asking for help, asking for that next step, asking for a referral, asking for things that you're looking for in your life, whatever, you know, it may be. Francine says, we should be happy with what we have, but never satisfied. Being unsatisfied is just a state of creation. Ooh, absolutely. Okay, so here's a few tips for asking and getting what you want. So number one, ask as if you expect to get it. So think about the areas of your life and the ideal day that you've created for yourself in all areas of your life. And what we're going to do is think about a couple action steps you can do for each area and some people you can ask to help you in each area. So asking as if you expect to get it. Let me get, oh, here it is. So ask with positive expectation. Ask from a place that you've already been given it. It's a done deal. Ask as if you expect to get a yes. So how you ask is important because the person needs to know that you're serious about what you're looking for. It could be let's say you're looking, in our business, we often are asking, do you want to be a distributor or a customer? Do you want to make money while you get your product testimonies? Do you want to sign up today or tomorrow? And the way that you ask can actually help you get a yes or no, right? If you're fearful, if you're like, maybe kind of, sort of, would you want to, that will impact how they perceive you and your confidence and in our product. So ask as if you expect to get a yes. Number two is assume you can. So don't start with the assumption that you can't get it. If you're going to assume anything, assume you can get an upgrade. Assume that you can get a table by a window. Assume that you can return it without a sales slip. Assume you can get a scholarship. You can get a raise. You can get tickets that, at this later date. Don't just assume against yourself. So assume that you can. With this one is really funny because I've started practicing this. In the book, they just said, whenever you go to a hotel, ask if there's an upgrade. Whenever you rent a car, ask if there's an upgrade. Just be confident, right? And be like, hey, is there a better room available? And so I started doing that. Every time I checked in somewhere, I would just say, hi, I'm wondering if you have an upgrade you can give me. And sometimes they'd be like, yeah. Sometimes you can say, oh, no, not today. But sometimes they could say yes. And what did it hurt me by asking? Nothing. Brandon got embarrassed, but after a while he got used to it. So assume that you can. Number three, assume or ask someone who can give it to you. So qualify the person. Who would I have to speak with to get an upgrade? Who would I have to speak with to get an appointment with your salon? Who would I have to speak with to find an editor for a new book, whatever it is? Who is authorized to make that decision? What would have to happen for me to get, etc. So you want to think about who are you asking and are they qualified to help you? And the next one I think is very, very important. The last one is be clear and specific. So how many of us would want more money? Yeah? Anybody can raise your hand. So if you say, may I have more money? And they hand you a quarter, is that what you're looking for? No. We want to be super specific. I want to raise a $500. I'd like to go out to dinner and a movie with you on Saturday night. Would that work for you? Instead of saying, I want more help around the house, you say, I want to wash the dishes every night after dinner. I'd like you to help taking out the garbage on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'd like this specific action step, right? And I think that's the way that we get what we want. We get what we want because we're being very specific on what we're looking for. So we can tangibly say, this is what I want. Can you give it to me? Ask repeatedly. One of the most important principles of success is persistence, not giving up. When you're asking others to participate in the fulfillment of your goals, some people are going to say no. Others may have other priorities, commitments, and reasons not to participate. This is not a reflection on you. Just get used to the idea that there's going to be a lot of rejection along the way to your goal. The key is to not give up. When someone says no, you keep on asking. Why? Because when you keep on asking, even the same person again and again, you might get a yes on a different day when you have a new idea to present, after you've proven your commitment to them, when circumstances have changed, when you've learned how to close better, when the person trusts you more. Kids understand the success principle better than anyone. They will ask the same person for the same thing over and over and over again without any hesitation, and they eventually wear you down. I once read a story about people in a People magazine where a man asked the same woman more than 30 times to marry him. No matter how many times she kept saying no, he kept coming back, and eventually she said yes. So here's another statistic. 44% of all salespeople quit trying after the first call. 44%. 24% quit after the second call. 14% quit after the third call. 12% quit after the fourth call. 94% of all salespeople quit after the fourth call, but yet 60% of all sales are made after the fourth call or contact. This revealing statistic shows that 94% of all salespeople don't give themselves a chance at 60% of the prospective buyers. And you wonder why there's 3%. You know, they say the top 3% in the world, because they're the ones that keep on asking. They're the ones that know what they want and are persistent in getting there. You may have the capacity, but you also have to have the tenacity. To be successful, you have to have the ask. So if this is an area that you have trouble in, for me this was because I felt guilty for asking. I felt like I needed to do everything myself. I had a hard time being clear, even with my husband. You know, I would be like, it'd be nice if you'd be home, but I can handle it. And what I've learned by reading the Aladdin Factor is to trust myself, to be clear on what I want, and then be direct in what I'm looking for. And it has helped me immensely in all aspects of my life. So I'm going to give you guys, hold on, let me get to the handouts here. I am going to put a link in the chat. So hopefully that works out. If you press the link in the chat, I'll open this up so you can see it too. You don't really need to print it off. You can just write it down on the paper that you are, writing on. But think about the 7 areas of your life: financial, relationships, physical, hobbies, the 7 areas that we talked about. This first paper is taking action. The next one is who will I ask? This is the one I was thinking of, so let me get you this link. The first one is taking action. The second link here is who do I need to ask? So again, you have your clear picture of what those 7 areas: financial goal, business, fun, recreation, health, fitness. I'm going to give you a few minutes to work through this yourself and just put down a few ideas, and then I'll break you into your group. A couple examples of this when I was in Arizona and going through this myself. One thing I did is I texted our babysitter right then and there and said, will you babysit every Sunday? From, 3 to 9 or something like that. And every other Sunday we have small group, and every other Sunday Brandon and I go on a date day. Now it hasn't happened every single Sunday since August is when I texted her. But she said yes, and I was able to put it on the calendar right then and there. If you can't see the link, no big deal. Just write down these 7 areas, and you can just do it on your paper. Some of you are on your phone, and it may not be as easy to pull it up, but you should be able to see it here on the screen. So write down those 7 areas, and then think about who you can ask for help. What would be a next step? A referral, a meeting, something to get on the calendar. Another example is one of the things I want to do is volunteer at a camp and find a camp that I can connect with and help with a high ropes course or low ropes course, but like I want to donate for that, and I want to volunteer there for several weeks during the summers and bring my boys. Well, they're 5 and 3 right now, but in 3 years they're going to be able to do it. And so one thing that I could do is start calling camps, which I did this summer. So you can start thinking about which areas, start writing, be clear. Give you 1 more minute, and then I'll break you into groups so you can talk about what are some consistent actions you can take and who you can ask. One thing to think about is, how do I stop myself from asking? What gets in the way of you asking? What is it costing you not to ask? And what benefit would you get if you did ask? We often do sabotage ourselves. All right, well, I am going to go ahead and break you into your breakout rooms. I'm going to do about 4 people per room. So what I'd like you to do is take a look at your paper and just pick out a few that you're willing to take action on or ask tonight. So if you're able to text a babysitter, if you're able to text your mom, if you're able to text your personal trainer, if you're able to make an appointment with, a personal trainer, or join our change challenge, or whatever it is, pick a few that you can take action on tonight and talk about that in your group. Does anybody have any questions before we do our breakout? Again, if you have any questions throughout it, you can raise your hand and I'll be able to pop in. I will also not be recording the breakout or our share time afterwards. So, all right, I'm going to break you out into your groups. Okay, welcome back from your breakout rooms. I hope that you connected with your teammates and shared some things that maybe held you back or some things that you can do moving forward. We did go through some aha moments and sharing already. But I want to just describe a really cool exercise that we did that I'm going to have to brainstorm how to do it in a webinar format because I don't really know how, but it's a milling exercise. So what we did, I just practiced this in Chicago with 600 people, is we picked 3 questions that you need to ask people in order to build your business. And those questions are, do you want to try our app? Do you want to become a customer? Would you like to become a distributor? Those are the 3 questions. And what we did is everybody stood up and you milled around and you just asked someone like, okay, Francine, would you like to be my customer? And her job was to say no 9 times. And then on the 10th person who asked her, she was able to say yes. So she counted how many times she was asked a question, any question. And she said, no, until she got to 9. And then the 10th one was a yes. And so we milled around, and you'd say, would you like to be on my team? Dylan, would you like to be on my team? Erica, would you like to be on my team? And they'd say, no, 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 no. And then the 10th one, you would say yes. And then you'd move on to the next question. And it was really, really cool because number one, it got you comfortable asking. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we just have to spit it out enough to where, can I give you a coupon? Becomes super normal. The second thing is that people got to asking faster because they didn't really care about the response of no, right? Are you supposed to be on my team? 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 And some people, you know, they said no, and you're like, okay, next, 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 next. So you get to the person who said yes. The other thing that we learned was that if I asked you 9 times, Francine, eventually you would say yes. So you could ask the same person 9 times. And, you know, eventually you'd say yes. So there's just a lot of cool experiential learning that comes from this exercise. So we'll have to figure out how to mill on a webinar format. But if you get comfortable asking those 3 questions, would you like to try a wrap? Can I give you a coupon? Would you like to book a party? Would you like to make some money with me or join the team? Would you like to try a product? When you get comfortable asking those questions, those are the questions that we ask to build our business. It's so interesting to me. All right, well, let's move on. We did our sharing. Let me see, view. There we go. So, tell me, is this you? So some people that I know, have you ever heard the ready, aim, fire scenario? But yet they are ready, aim, 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 aim. They never actually fire. Some people never fire. Some people are sitting there and preparing and getting ready and building confidence and learning and doing personal development, and they may be doing all of these great things, but they never fire. Successful people, ready, fire, aim. They're ready. They book their calendar, and then they figure it out. They book the party, then they figure out how to do a party. They book a webinar series, and then they figure out how to do the webinar series. They put it on their calendar, and then they start, and they use feedback to stay on track. So think about the differences here. Ready, fire, aim. You know what you want, you put it on the calendar, and then you figure out how to get there. They use feedback to stay on track. So they're using the action as a way of learning, not as a way of like end all be all getting to their destination. The action is a part of the journey, right? And they're using this as a way to stay on track. So those who experience success because they're so action focused, they ready, fire, aim. They take action and then evaluate. Take action, then evaluate. Take action, then evaluate. You'll notice a lot of times people think that those who are experiencing success or those who are promoting or those who are whatever, that they may know something different. The differentiator between those who are experiencing success and those who aren't is the fire in their belly and the action that they're taking. They're talking to people and then figuring out what works, right? They're posting on Facebook and then figuring out what works between trial and error. And they're using feedback, likes, comments, responses from people to decide and tweak their message to get better and better every single time. They don't have the perfect message immediately. Nobody does. But what they do is they use the fire, their action, to learn every single step of the way. So I'm going to do a little bit of an exercise here. This one is called On Course, Off Course. And this exercise illustrates the importance of how we respond to feedback on the road to success, because we're always getting feedback. It demonstrates how people can react to feedback in a counterproductive way. The world provides feedback all the time. The feedback can be yes or no answers from friends, family, clients, right? Feedback can be external. It can be an article published, receiving a bonus, appreciation, people, you know, a promotion is feedback, right? It could be internal. Sometimes we have internal feedback, like I feel proud of myself, or I feel, you know, embarrassed, or, you know, I feel joy. I feel, it also lets us know if we're on track or not. So internal on-course feedback is about feeling good about yourself, waking up in the morning, wanting to jump out of bed, feeling peaceful, joyful, enthusiastic, energetic, feeling like you're connected to your purpose, to your passion, feeling excited. External feedback can be a rejection letter, complaint, getting fired, receiving a speeding ticket, or being unsuccessful in completing a task. Internal off-course feedback could be even having a headache at the end of the day, feeling nauseated before working on a project, or being generally unhappy. So think about how you respond to different types of feedback, because I'm going to give you a few different ways. Again, this is all very interesting to do in a webinar type format, because normally like we're in person and I get to see you and all this stuff. But okay, so I'm going to have, let me see if I can. I'm going to have one of you help me. Nicole, can I unmute you? Are you in a good spot? Okay. All right, Nicole, I am going to have you be my goal. You're my goal here. Can you say something so I know I can hear you?
I can hear you.
Okay, good, I can hear you. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is when I start moving towards you, I would like you to tell me if I am on course or off course. So being on course means that I'm walking towards you, I'm moving closer to my goal. Off course means that I'm moving away from my goal. Okay? So your job is to give me feedback. On course means I'm walking towards you. Off course means I'm not. Okay? So, ready? Go.
Off course?
It's hard to give me feedback when I'm not moving, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, the world cannot give us feedback if we are not moving. I can't learn what to do next if I'm just standing still.
Yep.
So let's try again. Now I have 3 feet till I get to my desk. So I'm gonna have to figure that I'll walk slowly.
On course. Yay. Nope. Off course. Off, on. Off.
I can't believe that I'm off course. I can't believe you would do that to me. I think I'm going to quit right now because I can't imagine being off course. Did I reach my goal?
I don't think
No.
so.
No. How many of you guys know people who get off course and as soon as they get a little bit of off course feedback, they quit? Anyone know that? Anyone seen that? Anyone felt that yourself? A little bit of off course feedback and they fall to the ground in despair. All right, what about this one?
On course. Bye.
On course, off course.
Off.
Oh, I'm so mad at you. Oh, I hate being off course, and I can't believe you would tell me this. And instead of learning from my mistakes, I am going to just blame the whole world. Does anybody know anyone like that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, last one.
On course. Yay. Off course. On course.
Okay, so the goal with that one is you're learning. You go off course, okay, that didn't work. We're going to learn. We're going to do something different. We're going to try. We're going to keep moving forward. Because you know what? Even if you're off course, you're still moving forward. Isn't that interesting? So the idea with feedback is that it's not bad. It's not good or bad. It's helping you get better. It's helping you grow. And most of the time, we don't want feedback. How many of us have been nervous to get feedback? Anyone? Is it just me? Yeah, I know for me at least, It's easy to feel like, oh, I'm doing everything that I possibly can, and I don't want someone to tell me I'm doing a bad job, or, whatever it is. When in fact, most of the time, the feedback that if we ask for it, solicited, please give me feedback, is helpful and constructive and can help us get to our goals faster. The feedback that I've gotten by practicing and doing this has helped make this better, because most of the time people want what's best for everyone. No one is as mean as you think they may be. So my question to you, yeah, that's a good question. Jessica says, has anyone just straight up asked for feedback on your wall on Facebook about your business? I think we're nervous to ask for feedback when in fact the feedback we get can often be positive too. So was I on course or off course most of the time? A lot of times on the road to success, we're off course most of the time, but we still reach our goals. Because we're learning every single step of the way. So the lesson to be learned is that there is no such thing as failure. There's only maybe a delay in results, because we have a lot to learn along the way. Does anybody have any questions about the importance of feedback, ways to ask for feedback? They always say the sandwich one. So if you're asking for feedback, what am I doing well? What could be better? One thing that I loved for me, one thing that could have been better for me, that kind of thing is helpful. So are you a ready, aim, fire? Or are you a ready, fire, aim type of person? Do you use feedback to stay on track? Do you let it cripple you? Certainly, it can be feedback that you have to change direction. I hope that after today, you will be a ready, fire, aim. You will put things on your calendar and figure out the details later. Laura says she's aim. Great at planning, yes. Great at planning, but that doesn't necessarily get to the results that you're looking for. So the advice is to get it on the calendar, whatever it is, even if it's something that you need to do yourself. Sometimes we ask for help. Sometimes we just need to get it on the calendar. Book a party and start asking people to come. Decide when you're going to do your long run, and then just get it on the calendar, right? If your goal is to be diamond by the end of March, start with your end in mind and then work backwards. What do you need to do on a daily, monthly basis in order to make that happen? Get those things on the calendar. Wrap appointments, wrap parties, power hours, lead calling, Facebook messaging, whatever the actions that you need to take in order to hit your goals, put it on the calendar, and then you can commit to it. Francine says she is a planner as well. Yep. Ready, fire, correct with feedback. That is how you get better. Get it on the calendar and then start taking action. So we're going to end today. Well, we've got a couple more things, but with creating a breakthrough goal. So you guys have had a chance to look at all 7 areas. And each week we are taking more responsibility in those areas, and we are, again, creating our ideal day. We've created goals. We've created all that kind of stuff. But I want to end today with one breakthrough goal. One breakthrough goal that you'll be able to say not only is going to help take you to the next step, it's going to catapult you to the next step. So while goal setting is important, most of the goals we set, they're a process goal. They'll help us get there. But what if instead we focused on one single goal that would level up everything we do, from your career to your acquaintances to your lifestyle, whatever it is? Wouldn't that be a goal worth pursuing with passion? So let's think about that. For us, what's a breakthrough goal that wouldn't just, maybe you want to pay off some debt. So having an extra $500 would be awesome for that. What if your breakthrough goal was $10,000 a month? What if your breakthrough goal was fire your boss, quit your job, pay off your credit cards? A breakthrough goal is something that is bigger than you expect and will catapult you 3 levels. 3 levels. For me, this Jack Canfield training was kind of a breakthrough goal. It was more than just reading books and tapes. It was something that catapulted me to another level, right? I got to meet and network with a bunch of people. I got to, of course, learn from the best. And now the goal is to duplicate that. Student loans, paying that off. Yep, great ideas. Some examples it says here. So if you were an independent sales professional and you knew you could get a better territory, a substantial bonus commission, and maybe even a promotion once you landed a certain number of customers, wouldn't you work day and night to achieve that goal? If you were a coach of a football team whose typical strategy was to get 4 yards in every play, what if you got a 60-yard pass instead? That just catapulted you to a touchdown. If you're a stay-at-home mom whose entire lifestyle and finances would change by earning an extra $1,000 a month, wouldn't you pursue every possible opportunity until you achieve that goal? That's what a breakthrough goal means. Something that isn't just going to change your life a little bit, but it's going to change your life a lot. Something that changes in your life, brings you new opportunity, gets you in front of the right people, it up-levels every activity, relationship, and group that you're involved in. So for Jack Canfield, producing his very first audio program was not only a breakthrough career goal, it became the catalyst that generated $100,000 extra in extra income per year. Suddenly, as a professional speaker and trainer, he had a product to sell in the back of the room. Soon after, this Career Track, which is a company, heard the audio tapes and offered to underwrite an entire training program around the material, bringing Jack a substantial royalty. Eventually, Nightingale, this is another company, heard and reviewed the audio program and offered Jack an attractive contract. So that one thing, creating the audio program for Jack back in the 70s or 80s, was something that was a breakthrough goal that catapulted him to a whole other level. He now had a product that he could sell. What for you? What would it be? A breakthrough goal that would impact all aspects of your life. Paying off your debt, being a stay-at-home mom, retiring your wife, getting over yourself. Yeah, that's a big one. Presidential diamond, retire yourself. Great ideas. What is a breakthrough goal that would catapult you to the next level? And this may not be an easy answer, but I want you to really think about it. $10,000 a month, retiring your husband, booking your first party. Yes, absolutely. Not online. Yes. Retire from the salon, sell it. Yes. So get really specific on what that looks like. How much do you need? How much would that be? If your goal is to pay off debt, how much debt? Know the numbers. For me, I think my breakthrough goal, I've been talking about this for years, but never have done it. I love experiential stuff. So creating a workbook that helps people go from here to there with experiential exercises that they can go through with a lot of the things that we've been learning. That's been on the back of my head for years, but something I haven't done, and now I'm saying it out loud, and I think that would be a breakthrough goal for me is to work on something like that. Ambassador Diamond, 120 distributors to go, Allie. Look at you, clear vision. Pay off $18,000 of student loans, $5,000 personal debt. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Oh my gosh. That feels so awesome to be able to say, all right, that's going to be gone. Imagine what that feels like to be gone. And instead of paying $3,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $500 a month towards the debt every month, you now get to use that towards saving or vacation or experiences or other dreams that you have, right? Good. Presidential, Kristen, yes. I remember Kristen's goal is to make more than her husband, and I cannot wait. She's almost thinking there. Laura, white couch, stage, yes. Sharing, we've all got a story to share and people to impact. So Becoming a ruby so you can believe in yourself to go diamond. Aw, Sarah, you can do that. You absolutely can. Liz, 2017 diamond. And think about what these goals would do for your family. I mean, that's the thing, is that it catapults you to the next level in your life. The people you're meeting, the people you're hanging out with, your confidence, your relationships, your experiences, your ability to do things with your family. Like, it really does level up everything in your life. Cool. Very cool. Husband is dream car. Yes. That's a fun dream board, Alicia. Let's see. So, all right. So I'm going to give you back to your groups, and I want you to think of one breakthrough goal that you're going to work on this year. I'm only going to have you there for about 4 minutes. Your breakthrough goal that maybe it's you're going to go ambassador. You are going to build your husband's team to double diamond, triple diamond. You're going to get that extra training. You're going to try to go to every single It Works event this year that's within driving distance, or you're going to go to Florida, or whatever it is. What is the breakthrough goal that will catapult you in all areas of your life to that next level? And again, this isn't necessarily an easy answer, but I want to give you a time to talk about it. So let me know if you have any questions. Unfortunately, because my sound is weird, I can't go in and chat with you. But you can type in the chat, and I can help you that way. So any questions before I break you out? All right. I am going to break you out into your groups and be back. Sorry. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so we just talked about the breakthrough goals, and what happens when you create this breakthrough goal is that you are really leveling up every single aspect of your life. People have talked about an income goal, a position goal, and what you feel and hear when they're sharing their goals is that it really does connect from their head to their heart. If you want to be ambassador, like Donna says, you got to walk, talk, and act like one before you even get there. And I think that's so true. How many of us really feel okay, I muted everyone and then had to unmute myself. How many of us feel that that goal, that breakthrough goal, is connected? You're declaring it because it means something to you. And when it means something to you, you'll fight through mud to get there because you've got that dream and that fire in your belly. So we're going to end tonight. First of all, I want to say thank you so much. We're not done quite yet. But I want to say thank you so much for participating in all 4 weeks. I am hopeful that you have generated some aha moments yourself throughout the last 4 weeks. This is certainly not something that is, it's something you want to practice every single day. It's something that you have to take and absorb and work on and, continue to use. Build your skill sets in all of these areas. But I know that I can't do the work for you. I am giving you the knowledge that I've learned over the past few years, but you're the ones that are doing the work. You're the ones that are doing the meditation in the morning, that are doing your miracle mornings, that are asking people if they want to join your team. You're the ones doing the extra personal development. You're the ones that are choosing to plug in each and every week, even though it's Christmas and the holidays and we're visiting family and all that kind of stuff. You're the one that's doing the work. You're the one that has already decided to take action. And because of that, your life is going to be changed. And I want you to take ownership of that. Give yourself a pat on the back and just be really proud of what you already have done to take steps in this direction and what you're going to continue to do over the next year. So acknowledging yourself. In your groups, I'm going to give you just 3 minutes, and I want you to say it out loud. This is important. It may sound cheesy, but it is important to say it out loud. My name is, and I'd like to acknowledge myself for. Because again, you showed up. And maybe that's just it. I showed up. Hey, that's great. I acknowledge myself for participating, for taking action, for taking notes, for practicing in between, for doing the homework, whatever it is. I want you to give yourself credit for the work that you already have done and will continue to do. So I'm going to break you into your group. for just about 3 more minutes, and we are going to end right after that. Come back, and I've got a closing. Seeds not giving up. Welcome back from your group, you guys. What did you acknowledge yourself for? Planting seeds, not giving up. Yes, go ahead, Liz.
All right, so I acknowledged myself, and so did Samantha. She was in my group as well. We both acknowledged ourselves for making time when we felt like there wasn't any. So
Absolutely. Good job. Good job. Not giving up, sticking to it, committing to it, saying yes to yourself for a minute. Yeah, Dawn, even though life has happened, committing to yourself, absolutely. Personal development, taking the leap to join. Good job. Not quitting when your team did complete. Yes. Even from vacation in North Carolina. I know, I'm actually really impressed. My sister is on, and she's been on every one, and she's at my mom's house right now. She's visiting Michigan, so I totally thought she wouldn't be on, and she is. Good job, you guys. You made a commitment, and you stuck to it. And I hope that this is just one piece of your personal development story. So I want to say a big thank you to you. This was really special for me. This has been on my dream board. You guys are a part of me taking action and working through my breakthrough goals and just continuing to get better and work. The link is right here. There you go. All right, so I have I Declare. This is a book by Joel Osteen. If you need some affirmations in the morning, you can read this. I used to read I Declare at the end of every team call. I loved it. And then this is the one that I chose for tonight. And just to end our series together, it says, I declare, it's by Joel Osteen. There's 31 or a month worth, just so you know. Okay. I declare I will put actions behind my faith. I will not be passive or indifferent. I will demonstrate my faith by taking bold steps to move toward what God has put in my heart. My faith will not be hidden. It will be seen. I know when God sees my faith, he will show up and do amazing things. This is my declaration, and I challenge you all to be action takers with your dreams, with your goals, and with your, with your life. Be that ready, fire, aim, fill your calendar, and then figure out the rest. So thank you guys so much. I can't wait to hear and learn from your feedback and see you guys all at conference. Bye.